What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Cosmic Arrow here, rolling out my KV5, a wonderful, beautiful, unique Tier 8 Soviet premium tank, which gets preferential matchmaking. Back in the day, this was a mega rare tank, and not anymore. You see it on sale quite often. Well, it's kind of the same thing for all premium tanks these days, but when it was initially released, it was, you know, this mythical tank, and yeah, everybody kind of clamored to get one. I did a few years back run a competition. Well, I was given by Wargaming. I think it was 3, 4, 5. I think it was 3 KV5s, and yeah, happy days. Yeah, happy days. But anyhow, so rolling out on Prokhorovka, and we are top tier. It's important to recognise when you're top tier in a fantastic overpowered beast such as the KV5. It's important to understand what your position is in the game, how important you are to your team, how strong you are as a player in this tank, in an overpowered top tier tank. When you do roll out in the battlefield, because you kind of have like a duty, responsibility to your team to kind of lead the charge, in my personal opinion. And not only that, there's a reason why you paid good money for a tank that is overpowered, that is gets preferential matchmaking, and you know, when it is top tier, if you want to earn that silver, if you want to train your crew, get a whole bunch of XP, etc., etc., you need to kind of temper, I think, a bit of aggression with careful tactical decisions at the same time, kind of thing. So you need to be aggressive yet smart, you know, and get a right balance between the two. As you can see, I'm up front, and I'm doing exactly what I was talking about, which is I'm pushing, but I'm being smart about it. You know, I'm lighting up all these tanks. I fully appreciate that, you know, my scout is behind me, and he's kind of trying to do his thing, and but for the most part, I said to myself in this game, okay, I'm going to be the scout here. Not necessarily going to be the scout, but you know, officially I am the scout, but I'm going to be the one lighting up the targets. I'm going to be the one lighting up the targets using my armor, you know, being down in this hull down position in the bowl here, as it's known, as it's called, and just continuously lighting up the targets, because I fully understand that back on my left there's a whole cluster of green tanks, and I'm fully aware of my positioning and where they are in relation to me, and where, you know, the reds are in front of me, and that if I just continue doing what I'm doing, my hit points, my armor, the fact that I'm hull down, the fact that I'm in this bowl, will eventually just wear the surrounding reds out, basically, you know, and with the combined support of my compadres in the back, you know, just eventually I'll just wear them down, you know, because I have lost about 40% of my hit points, but it's okay, you know, I have a pretty decent health pool. But take a look at the Tiger and the other tank. The artillery is trying to take me out, but there you go. There goes the Tiger. Soon the Knight is going to be done and dusted. There goes the Knight. So the push on the left-hand side has been kind of eliminated. You know, everything went according to plan. You know, my plan was to come over here, hunker down, take advantage of the fact that I'm top tier, got great armor, and just wear them down little by little, little by little. And now I need to make my move, because you can see what's happening in the southeast part of the map. They're pushing on our base. Now hopefully, I'm counting on my team to fend them off for as long as possible, for as much as possible, so I can deal with the reds, the remaining reds that are still close to their spawn. And once I deal with them, then I can go back and help. So it's kind of like a, you know, a guessing game, and you're hoping that they'll fend them off for as long as possible, etc., etc. That, but they don't seem to be that aggressive down there. You know, on the hill, you can see that medium is continuously lit up. He's not moving. He's not pushing, and a little bit. They didn't take advantage of the fact that, you know, they were pretty close to our base. You can only guess what's happening down there. But anyhow, I'm working on my part of the map. As you can see, you know, the Fury. I'm gonna get a nice shot into him. Absolutely. Type 59, a formidable opponent. Absolutely. I request fire on him, and you know, he doesn't have a great gun, just like myself, but he does have that strong turret armor and a bit of mobility. And my SU-100 White takes him out. You know, I request and ye shall receive. All of that jazz. The VK36 O1H is lighting me up, but I'm thinking there's only another 1 or 2 tanks down here. You know, he's lighting me up, but he doesn't have that much backup. I think there's a T-34 100. He does get taken out, but there was a T-34 100 up ahead. Artie, I didn't think was down here, and that does indeed prove to be the case. And there's a T-34 100. So again, you can see what's happening in the southeast corner of around our base. Possibly, maybe they're going to try and attempt to cap. They're going to storm the base, etc., etc. So whatever I'm doing here, I need to finish up. You know, I have no interest in capping the enemy base, etc., etc. And here, it was when it comes to the KV-5, it's all about ramming. It's all about angling your tank. It's not necessarily about the tank. So this engagement here is more about me angling my tank, more about me attempting and failing to ram the guy. But you know, and that's what I was doing here. You know, some of you might think, what the heck you do, but it pays off. It works out in the end. And this area is done and dusted. It has been cleaned out 100%. We're leading by 3 tanks, but as is always the case in these kind of games, when it comes down to the wire, all that's left is the top tier tanks. So you can see there's still another 3 tier 8s, you know. So this is the part where I load my premium shells. It's important that don't use your premium shells unless you 100% have to, because you won't get a big payday at the end of the game, you know, with a premium tank, etc., etc. So, you know, use them sparingly, and unless you're in a E25, you know, when your pen is definitely kind of lackluster. But it's 100% up to you. Some of you might be wondering why I didn't continue down to the river, you know, in the towards where that TD is lit up. I didn't think. I thought the artillery was the only thing that was back there, and going over to take out artillery would have taken up a considerable amount of time, and you know, time was not on my side in this slow tank. Yeah, because, you know, it's tier 8s to be dealt with. Not really worried about artillery. I can deal with artillery in my own way, you know. And considering, is this TD going to deal with the TD? Is he pulling back, you know, behind myself? And there is the IS-3. I have premiums loaded, and this is a cakewalk, 100%. And there we go. Got very lucky here, because this is the remaining 2 tier 8s, IS-3 and T-44, and they could have been 100% a big headache for me to deal with, you know, with my speed and mobility. But I do take care of business with the T-44 and the IS, and managed to dispatch them very, very easily. Absolutely. Is he gone? There he is. So a very decent game in my KV-5. Nice bit of aggression mixed with a nice bit of spotting. I don't know if you can call it spotting. It's just I was continuously lighting up the reds, you know, because that's what needed to be done in order to eliminate that flank down the 1-2 line. and I knew, you know, I had the backup of my teammates behind me, so, and as a result, I got loads of assist damage ribbons. Only penned 12 times, 3 kills, but you know, I did exactly. I had a plan and executed that plan, you know, perfectly, and got a really decent result. Absolutely. And all that's left is AMX12T, who's, you know, doing the inevitable 100%. But yeah, it's very important to recognize when you are top tier what your role, what your responsibility is, what your teammates expect of you, even though they don't expect it of you, but what your role is in a game such as, you know, such as this. 100%. I'm going to be rolling out in my KV5 for another game on El Haloof. Very, very similar kind of aggression mixed with tactics, etc, etc. But picking up a mastery, whole bunch of damage and assisted damage and blocked, and very nice silver there. That was a double. So GG's. Take it easy, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Adios, muchachos.